To be honest, this is like my third time recording this because my kids keep coming in here bugging me. My desk is in my living room where my kids are watching TV, so I'm in my room and they keep coming in here bothering me for stuff. So I'm been trying to, hopefully this will be my last try for it. Um, so 3 takeaways that I took from the module of teachers being agents of change. One was that a teacher shouldn't be a technician; they should be an agent of change. That spoke to me because I thought back to like when I was in elementary and middle school and high school. You were giving tests and assignments, and whatever grade you received is what you were stuck with. Um, and I personally think that to be an agent of change, we need to allow the opportunity for students to redo assignments or tests that they have in class. Um, if a student is having a rough day, say that that morning their parents were arguing and it really affected them, and they go into school and not focusing, and if it was a test they possibly did study but they just couldn't focus on the material because of what happened that morning, or if it's just a regular assignment they possibly aren't going to focus on the assignment that was given to them because they're stressed or worried about what's happening with their parents and everything else. And I honestly think even if a student didn't have a rough morning and they just said, hey, I know I could have done better on this assignment, can I have the opportunity to redo it? I think we should, as teachers who want to see our students succeed, we should give the students that option. Yes, it's a little more work on us because it's an extra assignment or test or whatever that we have to grade, but a big part of our goal is to see all of our students succeed. And if that entails us allowing them to do an assignment, redo an assignment or a test or something that gets them a better grade, that's getting them closer to succeeding and closer to reaching their goals. So I personally am all for that. And I also feel like that allows students to realize, hey, I can open up about my home life and what's going on, and my teacher will listen, and my teacher will care, and my teacher will do what she or he can do to help me as much as possible. So that's why I feel like that's so important. And then another takeaway I took was just about the culturally responsive pedagogy. Um, I knew that white people were more, like there's just statistics of like dropout rates and such were lower than other races such as Hispanics and African Americans and everything. Um, but I didn't realize about how much those statistics were. Sorry. Um, so that was another takeaway. I feel like that was a takeaway, and that was also something I learned, like how much of a difference it was. And then another takeaway was simply because, and I honestly feel like it was the most important thing that was mentioned in the module, is that in order to be an agent of change, you need to love your students. And that just speaks volumes. Like having a teacher, and students know, they can just tell. Like the teacher doesn't have to say, oh, I love you guys. Yeah, there's teachers that say that, but they don't have to. They can show that they love their students through their actions. And students can tell whether you say it or not. They can tell the difference in a teacher that really, really cares about her or his students, and a teacher who does not care about their students. Kids pick up on that and they can tell. I know for a fact I can remember at least 2 teachers that I had, and our class would have like discussions about them outside of class, and we all could tell that those teachers did not really care about us. They were just there to teach. It was simply like, here's my lesson, here's your assignment, do it. And like if we asked questions or needed help, they wouldn't help us. They wouldn't answer questions. It was like, oh no, I already taught you the material. If you took notes and paid attention to the material, you would have gotten it. And it's like, that's not how it works. We all definitely could tell that those teachers did not really care about us and our success and what we were doing. They were just simply doing a job. And to be honest, they were not doing it correctly. Because their job should have been to helping us succeed, which we passed, but we probably could have done a lot better. And it would have been a lot less stressful if they would have helped us out or just even cared. So, loving your students is very important. Getting to know them and they're outside of school. I watch on my free time a lot of like TikToks of teachers and stuff, and there's the ones that says like things I do that other teachers don't do, and then it has a start a riot thing, and every time it says start a riot, you put something up that to some teachers is taboo. And then one teacher said that when on her start a riot part, it said that she opens up about her personal life to her students, and I just feel like that's so important to do. But that's also a big part of SEL, and it's good for students to know, hey, I'm human. I have a life outside of teaching. I have things that make me upset. I have, like, when I was tutoring, earlier this year, I was tutoring a couple of kids, and they could just tell that I was off, and I, honestly, to be honest, I didn't feel like tutoring. I didn't want to do it at that time. My dad just passed, and so they could tell something was off, and then one of them asked me, is everything okay? And I just was honest. I was like, no, everything is not okay. And I explained about my dad passing and everything. And he said to me that, he said that it's okay to be upset and not want to be here and help us. And I'm sorry that you're going through that and everything. And it's just, it let him, he was knowing that I was a human and I was not just his tutor who helped him with schoolwork, that I have a life outside of it, and that I was upset, but I was still there to tutor him. And he was thankful that I was still there to tutor him, even though he could tell that I didn't want to be there. And I didn't want to upset him and be like, oh, I don't want to be here, blah, blah, blah. But I wanted to be honest with him. And so that's what I was. So yeah, those are my takeaways. And then the one thing I learned, or that was new, was the statistics of how many less like white people dropped out or had failures or whatever versus other races. I knew that there was a difference in that, but I didn't know how much of a difference until the module. So, oh, and then another big important thing that I learned, I don't know why I'm just remembering it, was the 3 domains of being an agent of change are the content, methods, and relationships. That's another thing I learned doing the module. So yeah, thank you.